How did a Dutch boatman turn this $1,700 paver into a $25 million a year business?
Yeah.
What exactly is Asphalt?
I think we hit 25 million.
Milking it every single way. I love it. I love it.
This dashboard is $30,000. So
This works, let's repeat it, let's put it on repeat and do it again, do it again, do it again. And
call him the Picasso of asphalt.
So this is salt.
the first 3 years I paid myself $1,000 a month.
This one tire is like the whole size of me.
Just doing a tour.
In terms of like a really good year, what would you say has been the best year for you in terms of revenue?
I would say our best year we did was probably, I think we hit 25 million. Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Nice. So you worked on a boat and now you have your own business.
Yeah.
So what's the story? How did you get here?
Well, I worked for a company called C-SPAN and I was a deckhand and working my way towards being
how
a
old
captain.
were you?
I was 20, well at that time I was 29. And then the big layoffs happened in 2010. And a friend of mine said, you know, I'd love to take you and show you how to make some money on the side. So we borrowed my dad's old pickup truck from 1970 and bought these barrels that were $10 a barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Filled them up with some asphalt sealer and we just drove and started knocking on doors.
Wow.
And
Okay.
It took all day to get our first sale, but we got our first sale.
When did you start paying yourself?
I started paying myself, in the beginning, it was literally like $1,000 a month for
Okay.
3 years. The
Okay.
first 3 years I paid myself $1,000 a month for 3 years. I worked 16 hours a day, 7 days a week for the first 6 years. So literally just bunkering down, 5 a.m., waking up in the morning, working all day in the dump truck, installing asphalt, doing invoicing, doing estimating, coming home at 7, and then doing marketing till midnight, just figuring out how to get my name out there. So after our first investment for this dump truck here of $15,000,
So when you say dump truck, is this like something people use for like 1-800-GOT-JUNK sort of thing? Or
similar, yeah,
Okay.
it's similar. So
This is April.
This is April, yeah. She's our oldest truck in the fleet. She's got over 1 million kilometers on her.
Wow.
And everybody thinks I'm crazy to keep her.
Uh-huh.
But it's kind of sentimental at this point.
So this truck was the one that your parents loaned you.
Yes.
How fast do you think you got your return on investment on this?
I would say our first year we did, I think, just under 300,000. And
Wow.
that was just from knocking doors and, you know, word of mouth, ads on Craigslist and things like that. So,
Why did you name her April?
you know, I think that was the crew members at the time. And I think it's related to the April off of the Ninja Turtles.
What?
Yeah, so I don't know, they had a thing for April back then and
that's so
it
cool.
just stuck. So
Oh.
we kept it.
Can you dumb it down for me?
Yeah.
What exactly is asphalt?
Asphalt?
Yes.
Asphalt is a blend of oil, rock, and sand. And when they heat it up in an asphalt plant, it becomes very hot and almost like liquidy. So once that gets dumped in the dump truck, you can actually take it to the job. It's at 350 degrees, so it stays
Okay.
really hot.
So like April.
April, yeah.
Would take.
Something like April, but we use
Okay.
some bigger ones than
Okay,
her.
okay.
But they would dump it in that paver, and basically it comes out smooth and fresh. And then we use our big rollers to compact it, which gets the densities of asphalt, and then it hardens as it cools.
Why Burnaby Blacktop? Why did you name it that?
The first guy that introduced me to seal coating left me hanging.
Uh-huh.
So I was left with this dump truck
Okay.
and this roller, and I didn't know how to pave.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, how can I put this truck to work? So I advertised on Craigslist dump truck services.
Yeah.
And then I was scrolling through Craigslist one day and I saw looking for owner operator of a dump truck to go partners with on a paving company.
Oh.
So I'm like, well, this is crazy.
On
This is-
Craigslist.
on Craigslist. I'm
Okay.
like, this is what I wanted to do. So
Yeah.
I went and met the guy. He was a nice old fella. And we met. He had an old paver. I had the truck and a roller. And we combined forces there. And he had an old company called Burnaby Blacktop. Gonna give it some love now at the end of the season. Yeah.
TLC.
TLC, exactly.
When you told me the names of the brands, I really have no idea what that means.
Yeah.
So would you say that like one is like a Honda, one is like a Mercedes?
This is
of the
like,
crew?
this is a working brand. So this is the best milling machine you can get in the world.
Okay.
So they're German made, they're really well made, they're tough machines, and yeah, they just keep going. So they're definitely a workhorse, definitely a Mercedes of paving equipment for sure. And then we got the larger milling machine over there. Those are two pretty big purchases. Those ones are about $1 million and this one's about 800,000.
So I notice you have like these little sayings on some of the machines where it's like hustle and grind.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Like
Yeah.
to add a little bit of fun.
Yeah, it's a little fun for the guys.
Is this the machine that you said was quite the big investment?
This is a big one. Yeah, this is about $900,000 paver. This is all the controls under here. Very expensive controls. Just this dashboard is $30,000. So you got to make sure everything's taken off and locked away.
Totally. Yeah. And did you ever feel like not having gone to school for running a business or anything like that is something that held you back, or did you feel like you had the right support around you? That
Sometimes I think that I'm like, what would have I learned in school for business school? But I think not knowing certain things and not being educated in risk too much might have held me back a bit more.
Okay.
I had more of a risk taker attitude
Yeah.
and an intuition of just, this works, let's repeat it, let's put it on repeat and do it again, do it again, do it again, and not overanalyze it too much. So I'm sure there's a lot of great things that I could have learned in school.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know what those things were, but in my case, I think it just worked out the way it did, and I'm pretty happy with it. So
That's honestly, like, for anybody listening to this, like, I think you are a true testament to know that you don't have to go for a 4-year degree to, make millions of dollars. So this is. Have you ever had like a major mess up where that asphalt got wasted and didn't get to be used?
That one kills me.
Yeah.
When I come back to the yard and I see a big pile of asphalt sitting there, I know something went wrong, because when you're paying $100 a ton,
Wow.
a whole
Okay.
one truck load is about $1,400. So when you see that sitting on the ground, either somebody ordered too much, or we got rained out, we couldn't finish the job. And I remember a job, my first big one, I had an old $4,000 Lee Boy paver, and we were paving the post office on Commercial Drive, and it just stopped working after the first pass of asphalt. And I was like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Like, there's 100 tons of asphalt lined up in trucks on the road, and this machine stopped working. So we had to pull it off with chains and literally pave the whole job by hand.
How long would you say that entire process takes for one driveway?
One driveway, we got it down pretty quick. Like, a prep crew can go in there and rip out, say, a standard driveway, 1,000 square feet, have it ripped out and prepped maybe 4 hours. And then for a pave crew to come and pave that, it might take another 3 hours.
Okay.
So you can have it done. Typically when someone hires us, it'll be 2 days of downtime for the client. Sometimes only 1 day if we rip it out and pave it the same day. So it's pretty quick.
So, as a consumer, I'm curious, how much does something like this cost?
For a
Or
driveway,
1,000 square feet?
For 1,000 square feet, you're probably in the 6 to 10,000 range, depending on logistics, what's going on. So it's better than what people think it's going to cost.
When it's snowing, what do you do in the snow?
So snow, as you saw with April, she's got her nice plow on there. We typically in the December, January, February, March is cooler temperatures. So we have about 40 plow trucks that will arm up with our plows, and then all the skid steers and big machines with their pushers will be out there. And then we have 11 salt trucks. And basically when it hits zero, we're out there salting. And once it hits an inch of snow, we're out there plowing.
Wow. So this is salt.
This is salt, yeah.
Okay.
So this is bulk road salt. Basically, this is our structure that keeps it nice and dry. And we decided to build a structure like this because 2 years ago, BC ran out of salt. So there was no salt to salt parking lots, and it was
I remember
chaos.
that. People were like taking bags and hoarding them.
People were hoarding and stealing behind fire stations. We service about, I think, 200 or more industrial commercial properties. So when it hits, we're gone.
And would you say this is a little bit more profitable than paving, or?
I would say salting because it's done less it is probably more profitable than paving.
Okay.
The nice thing owning all these trucks is you can convert them from paving trucks to salt trucks overnight. You just throw a salter and you're out there. So for us, it works really good synergetically with our equipment we have now.
Totally.
For someone just to get into the salt business is kind of a high risk because they might not have
The equipment.
a good year, and then
Yeah.
they have to really high investments.
Wow, this is huge. This one tire is like the whole size of me.
It's a big tire.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
so when getting jobs from the city, how
Yeah.
does that work? Do you have to submit like a proposal, or are there quite a lot of other companies that are considered?
Yeah, there's quite a few companies, and they'll post like a tender on BC Bid. It's always lowest price wins
Yeah.
for the city. They just
Totally.
go with the lowest dollar. So yeah, that's a portion of our work, maybe 30% of our work, and then 30% is driveways and 30% is commercial industrial. So
Hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
We have 3 bays here where the guys can pull in equipment that needs to be worked on. They also have tool trucks that can go out to the jobs and fix things quick.
Okay.
So we have an awesome fleet staff here. 4 guys that are in here every day, just preparing proactively using fleet software, monitoring every kilometer on every vehicle and staying proactive on everything. So
You remind me, how many people do you have working for you?
we have, I think, 72 people now.
Okay.
So we got all our divisions. This is where our accounting team is. So
Okay,
we got
that's
our
important.
controller, our assistant controller, receptionist, accounts payable, and then we got a couple estimators in there. And
So the
then,
numbers on the truck,
yeah,
where does that go to?
that is the phone number?
Yeah.
The phone number goes up to Monique, but she just took Christmas off. So I don't
Okay.
know who's answering the phone right now.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
see if Nicole's in there. Hi, Nicole. How are you? We just wanted to come say hi. We're getting a tour of the place and everybody's seeing. So we store all our plows up on those racks over there. And then there's some de-icer for special clients that have stratas with pets and they can't have salt on their feet. So we use special de-icer for that.
Oh, I didn't even know that existed. That is,
Yeah, pets will hurt their feet if they get it on them. So a lot of stratas with pets will request that we use this. So
the black, white, and yellow theme.
the wife designed it all, so she's got her black and yellow theme for sure. So
Love it.
yeah, so
And
this
then
is
this is your kind of space.
yeah where I kind of do my emails, phone calls, thinking. But I'm out on the road a lot too, so it's kind of just a place to come and get organized. So. Oh, hi, Trevor.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Back?
Trevor's our estimator. He does estimating for us for the last almost 5 years now.
Almost 6.
Almost 6 years,
A
yeah.
lot of screens.
A lot of screens.
The cockpit.
This is Tabata, our administrative director. Yeah, forensic
I like that
audits.
you
She's
have the
very
weather
good.
up on your screen, front and foremost.
Just in case it changes last minute.
So this is Aaron, one of our mechanics.
Hi, I'm Kristen.
Yeah, awesome fabricator, as you can see. He's building a sliding gate for our new industrial property, so we do that all in-house here. How are you today? We're just doing a tour of the place.
I'm Kristen.
This is Kristen.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, we're just doing a tour. And this is Ed. He's our controller. Ed, you in here? Oh, hey Ed. How you doing?
Hi there.
This is
I'm
Kristen.
Hi, Kristen. Nice to
Yeah.
meet you.
Yeah.
I've been kind of asking everybody what is their favorite part about working at Burnaby Blacktop.
Interestingly, no word but I working for you.
Hey, Tomo.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey.
Tomo.
Tomo's-
Kristen.
I'm Tomo. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Tomo's our senior accountant. Ed's right-hand man. He's excellent numbers, doesn't miss a penny on anything. He actually got a trophy last year for the numbers master. He won here, so check that thing out. Yeah.
So when we look at the business as a whole in terms of cost, what would you say is the largest cost component?
I would say the largest cost component is probably payroll.
Okay.
Yeah, payroll it can really add up very quickly. So, I think it's about 7 million annually for that, something about that.
Okay.
Yeah, but that would probably be the biggest one. Then there's materials. That's another big one. And we actually just made a major purchase
4 minutes down the street, closer to the river there, on our own land. We were pretty lucky to be able to get this property. 5 years, I put the intention out there to acquire land, 2 to 4 acres, and down by the river here, and this just came in through a cold call one day. So it was pretty awesome to be able to receive that call, and all the hard work we've done for 14 years allowed us to purchase a $12 million property, which was pretty amazing. Like, when I think back, our first job was $200, and then to build, and be able to acquire commercial real estate, it's just, yeah, I never thought that that could happen.
You also provide water?
We do, yeah. So some of our milling machines need water in them to spray the bits as it eats up the ground.
Okay.
And then also we spray our base to get better densities, and then also people hire the truck to bring water to their construction sites.
Wow, so you're really just milking it every single way. I love it. I love it.
Hello. How are you doing? We're doing a little.
My hair down today.
We're doing a little. We're doing a little tour of the place. That's the most important thing. Lavelle, we call him the Picasso of asphalt. He is like a genius. No warranties. He's a master. He just figured out how to install asphalt. And quit. You got to quit. Just put this. Just take that away. Look at that thing. Oh my God. I can't support that. I can't support that. Sorry. You're gonna quit New Year's Eve, right? We'll put some money on it. Let's put some money on it. I'll give you 2,000. 2,000. If you quit for 1 full year. It's on video. You got evidence. And I'll get Arlen to throw in another 1,000 too. So you got 3. January 1st. Okay. It's a handshake. Easy peasy. Okay. All right. Good stuff.
Like, history has shown that we work continuously through the whole year. The larger paving companies, they shut down. They're down. You know, there's not a lot of municipal stuff that's happening in the cold. So we can supplement that and keep our guys going through the whole year, which is really appealing to a lot of people. So
What would you say, like, coming into this business, an average hourly worker could expect?
an average hourly worker, I would say if you're in like a paving technician where you're installing asphalt, you're $40 plus an hour, up to $50 an hour.
Okay.
Salaries are very good in paving. Like, I would say the lowest salary we have is probably 110 or 120,000, and they go up to, you know, 150. Plus we give all the benefits, pension plans. All the leaders are getting trucks and cell phones and laptops and all that good stuff. So we compete with all the larger companies that have union companies. So we typically will pay more than a union to entice people to come and want to work here.
I often said, like, if I was given a list of everything that I was going to encounter building this company, I probably wouldn't have done it. Like, if you could show me all the issues I'm going to deal with over the next 10 years after starting, you would be crazy to get into it. But because I was kind of blind to that, and I saw one thing at a time, 2 things, 3 things, 10 things, thousands of things now, I conquered each one as they came. So
Thank you for watching our Burnaby Blacktop Business Unboxed episode. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And tell us, which business should we unbox next? See ya!